should. Okay. So, first of all, what should we call you, Joe or Joe K?
You can call me Joe. Most of the kids call me Joe.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm Vance. You can call me Vance. I'm Vance Stevens. Um, we're here at Massively Minecraft, which is a famous um, place to be in Minecraft. And we're with Joe K, who's also quite well known in virtual worlds. And we're with a bunch of kids. Maybe you can tell us who we're with.
Yeah, so massively miners, who wants to pop up and say hello and tell us your name and maybe where you are?
I am Creeperman _ for life, and I am in Georgia.
The state, not the country.
United States.
Mm-hmm. Georgia's a lovely place, the country. You should go there someday. It's really nice.
What about Kit and Luna? Do you want to say hello?
Hi, my name is Luna _Silvermoon, and I live in the U.S.
Hi, Luna. We're looking at you right now from my point of view. How are you?
Yes. Luna's in World. We've got lots of kids in World too. Silk Beast and Princess Fiona and Mon, and lots of people who are here to welcome our visit.
I see Jane has joined us. Jane is one of the EVO Minecraft people. She's in Taiwan, and there she is, right there. And she has a son named Matty. And so nice to see you there. If you can speak to us, Jane, just say hi if you happen to be in Discord. So, Joe, how do you accumulate all these kids? We've got Tokyo Ghoul Rees here. A Rise from Tokyo, perhaps?
Most of the kids have joined via word of mouth. So when we started, most of the kids who joined were kids of my learning contacts and people that I knew online. And via word of mouth, it's kind of spread to a real range of kids from all sorts of different places and backgrounds, and we actually have quite a few homeschooled kids here. So in fact, I think all three of our miners who are in the Discord today are homeschooled kids.
Oh, okay. How's that going for you guys? What do you do in homeschool with Minecraft? Keeping in mind I might already know the answer. Your parents are into Minecraft? Sounds like someone was trying to speak to us.
No, it's mostly just us playing. They're not really into Minecraft.
But are you learning from Minecraft? You know, things that you need to learn. Like what, for example? What do you learn?
So I'm not sure if Kit is hearing us on voice, but she might like to say something about what she does in Minecraft too. And I think her mum might even come and say hello to us.
Here's Philip, Dakota Redstone. I'm just looking at it right now.
Like to say something about what she does in Minecraft too. And I think her mum might even come to us.
That might be an idea.
I presume we're in survival or creative?
We're in the spawn world now, which is called Massively, and it's a creative.
Are we still connected?
Oop, lots of background noise there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of different worlds, and some of them are creative and some of them are survival. So we're starting off visiting this spawn world, which is creative, and then we'll take off and we'll go and visit one of our survival worlds in a little while.
Oh, cool. How do you set all this up, Joe?
In terms of the tech, we run a server at a data center in Kansas. So we've rented a server. We run Spigot, which is a offshoot of Bucket, which is the Minecraft server software that allows you to run multiplayer. And then we have a couple of plugins that allow us to run permissions and various worlds and all that sort of stuff. And that also allows us to run our ranks, which is very important. So we have kids start off as spores, which is the beginning rank, and they level up all the way to junior moderators via our award system. So the plugins that allow us to run our ranks are very important. And then we have some fun plugins like one that allows us to make emerald swords and tools, and another one that allows us to make saddles for our horses and things like that.
In terms of community, how do you get these kids together from different parts of the world? Since you're in Australia.
It's fairly organic, really. We just kind of get together and play. We're a community who play together. So the server runs 24/7, and we have kids joining in when it suits them to play. And then we also communicate with each other via things like Discord and Skype. Skype's a very important part of our communication tool set as well. And we have a guild website where we've got forums where we can communicate.
Yeah, how many people do you have? How many students? How many kids?
There is about 1,300 kids on the whitelist at the moment. Historically, because we never kick anyone out. Once you join, you can be a massively miner forever. But there's probably about 100, 150 who are playing regularly at any one time. They tend to kind of age out, and kids come and go. So this group of kids that you're seeing at the moment, they're some of our most active players at the moment, and a wonderful bunch they are too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we have a very diverse community and a diverse range of ages too. So a lot of the kids that are in world now would be from about 10 to Kit would be our oldest at the moment. She's 17. But we have kids as young as 4 in the community.
Wow. And why do they come? Why do 4-year-old kids come to Massively Minecraft?
They come with parents generally, because parents are looking for a safe place for their kid to play. So we have a good reputation for being whitelisted and safe, and we're a place where we don't have a lot of cursing or griefing or bad behaviour. So it's a safe place for our little ones to play in creative mode and build and have a good time and not be exposed to anything they shouldn't be, and it gives parents a bit of peace of mind as well. And we actually welcome any parents of our miners to come and play with them. And generally when they're little, parents will join in and play with them. And as they get older, they tend to play more independently.
Yeah, so how did you get started, and what's gone on in the interim? How did we get to where we are now? That's 2 questions.
Well, we're nearly 6 years old. So we started... Basically, I've worked in virtual worlds for a long time, and when Minecraft first happened, I was kind of a bit dismissive of it and thought, yeah, it's a bit low tech and I don't know. But a friend of mine said, no, come and play, this is really cool. And I started to play and realised that it was a really interesting place because of the ease of the kind of learning curve in Minecraft that, real beginners, little 4-year-olds can join and learn how to build a little house really easily, right through to some of our very advanced builders who are building amazing creations. and that's something that makes it really appealing from an educational perspective, and in some ways better than things like Second Life or OpenSim, where there is a much steeper learning curve in terms of being able to use the space. So we kind of got interested in exploring, and at first the server was very much just let's try this out and see what happens, and the kids were so engaged in it that we could see very quickly that it was something that we had to explore further, and it's kind of grown fairly organically from there, and really has a life of its own these days, as you can see.
Yeah.
It's managed chaos most of the time.
Cool. That's the best kind of learning. Okay, enough for my questions. I don't know if anybody else has any questions. You feel free to ask them. But what would you like to show us?
Okay, so what we thought we'd do is first we'd have a look around spawn, which is the area we're at now. So does one of the kiddos who's in the Skype call want to say something about spawn and what we use it for? I think they're too busy in World. There's too much going on in World. But essentially this is the spot where all of our new players land. And if you have a look around, there's signs with lots of information and instructions. And if we walk
Follow the avatars? No.
We might walk through the spawn and actually go and visit our statues.
Okay, I don't know if I'm heading the right way, but the Silk Beast is here. And you're there, okay? I'll follow Jocadia. Follow the avatars?
Yep, that's it. Follow the crowd of avatars. What we're going to do is go and just generally walk through the spawn area so you can kind of get a bit of a look at it.
You're there, okay? I'll follow Jocadia.
Yep, that's it.
I've got a little bit of echo on the lag, so there might be some, because in my recording, I'm recording in real time, and I'm getting some echo on the recording as it's coming in from somebody else. I don't know if that's important. Probably doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll handle it.
It's important. But it doesn't matter. Okay. It's a nice spawn area.
And we're going to go up onto the bridge and have a look at the statues that line our epic bridge.
Oops. I guess I'm going up on the bridge. I think I must be. Whoa! I fell down a level. Oh, this is it's not creative, yeah? It's because I can't seem to fly here.
You should be
Oh,
in
I'm
creative.
flying.
Hang on a
I'm
second.
flying. Yeah, okay. All right. Yes. I wasn't able to fly in the spawn, the place we were originally. Okay, I'm looking at the statues now. What's the significance of these statues?
Yeah, so these statues are a collection of not all of our players, but a lot of our players from over the years. And this is one of the early awards that the kids do. So the awards challenges are set up so that the kids can level up.
Mm-hmm.
And this awards challenge is to build a statue of your Minecraft skin.
Cool.
So we've got some identity building in that award, and also obviously some building skills.
Nice. So, and you say this is 6 years of players.
It's not every single player, but yeah, it is a lot of our players. And yep, some of the statues here date all the way back to the very beginning.
Wow. Okay. Very nice views of your statues here.
Some of the statues date all the way back to
I'm back on the bridge now.
So this is just a lovely part of our server that kind of is a bit of a built representation of the community, which is always nice.
Yeah. I'm heading up to something in the sky, dangling over all of this.
Yes, I think that might be a game platform for a mini game that one of the kids made.
From last year, 2016. Okay, well, I'm up here. Where should I go next? Oh.
Okay.
Well, I'm up here. Where should I go next?
Okay, so when people are ready to move on to the next spot, I thought we'd go to Elune, which is our latest community project in survival. So beware of monsters over there.
Uh-oh. I just missed the bridge and landed in the water. No, I'm okay. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm underwater, but coming up. I think I'm coming up. Yes. Okay, I'm flying again. Where do I go now? I see some other avatars floating around up here. How do we make it to the survival world?
So the next spot we're going to go to is Warp Elune. So /warp ELUNE.
ELUNE. Okay. Bingo. Oh, no swords here. It's reminiscent of your place in the EVO Minecraft MOOC. If anybody else wants to talk to us, please do. Bard Rose is here. I think she's recording as well. Someone has a very noisy dog. There's a golem. This is a golem. He's protecting villagers, perhaps. I've just wandered outside the house. I'm back in now. Okay, there's Jocadia. I'm with you now.
Okay, so I was just checking in our Discord because I think there might be one more person who needs to be whitelisted. So we'll just keep an eye on that.
Okay.
But yeah, so are any of my kids wanting to talk and tell us what we've been doing in Elune? Kid, are you there? Luna, you're here. Do you want to say something about what we've been up to in Elune? Like how we started it? You were there on the day when we started it, weren't you?
Ooh, here's a train track.
Yep, I was.
So our first step was to figure out a name. So we talked about different names, and then what were the first steps of building?
We built the main house that you spawn in first with all the chests and stuff, the loot room and all the food, and making bunk beds for everyone. That's where we first started.
Yep. And then the next stage has been starting to build our own houses, isn't it?
Yep, I just recently built mine.
Okay, so you might want to lead people out to your house, and I'll keep time day happening so that it's safe.
Okay. Should be this way.
For anyone who wants some gear, I will put some swords in one of the chests.
All right, I'm opening chests and looking for swords. Ah, I see signs in this one. What happens if we die? Well, we can always warp a loon and we'll get back here.
Yep, do warp a loon to come back or give us a yell and we'll help you. And there are some spare swords in it's the meat chest.
Meat chest.
in the spawn building.
Yep. I'm in the large chest. We'll find it eventually. You never know. You might need swords around. Found potatoes, mushroom stew. Could be useful as well. No swords though.
This one over near me, Vance, the meat chest over here.
Okay, yes, okay, I got it. Oh, got a sword. A diamond sword, no less. All right.
Okay, so Luna's gone outside to show her creation.
Okay. I hope we don't need these swords, but you never know.
If you follow me over here.
Okay. Find out where over here is. We're looking for Luna. There she is. Okay. I've got Luna.
Okay, follow me.
Okay. Here we go. And follow me as well.
Turn left.
Mercedes is here. Mercedes is one of our...
He's headed north.
I found... I can follow Dakota. Dakota is telling us which direction to head. Let's see if we can find the direction. We're heading north, yes. Okay. We're all heading that way. Now we're going toward a pyramid. Following Phil, Dakota, and Rose Bard from Brazil. And we're all following
So this is my
Luna.
house that I recently built.
Luna's recently built a house here. It's nice. Ooh, nice. Lovely inside. Let's go upstairs. Oh, nice. Okay, there's a bed here, but it won't get dark here. Kimball has just joined me up here. And get on gaming. Okay, I think we're gonna go back
There's
downstairs.
also a downstairs too.
Yeah, okay. Oh. Oops. Okay. There we go. Back downstairs. Okay. Okay, we're looking at Luna's house. So this is Massively Minecraft. This is where kids come to play in Minecraft. And what brings them here?
Does one of my kiddos want to answer that? Creeperman and you in the Discord, do you want to answer why you play on Massively?
Yeah, I mostly just come on here whenever I feel like I want to build something, and it's where I can come where I know it will not get destroyed. It won't get griefed or anything.
That's nice. Yeah, and can you leave your stuff in boxes and you can find it when you get back?
Yep.
Yeah, so we're pretty lucky on this server. Kids are pretty respectful of each other, and they look after each other's creations. And we don't have much griefing or looting, so breaking people's builds or stealing their stuff, which is pretty good. And I think having a safe place to play is a big reason that kids come to play here. I think some of the other reasons are that their friends play here, so they want to play with their friends. The other one is that their parents aren't so keen about them being out in crazy, on crazy Minecraft servers, and they know that this one's pretty safe.
Yeah. And how does it connect with what you do? Because you maintain this server. And
well, bigger picture, it's part of the suite of virtual worlds tools that I run. So I have space in Second Life, and I have some tenants who use Second Life. Mostly universities that are teaching info studies and library science, those sorts of subjects. And I have an open sim grid called Jocadia Grid, where we have a whole range of different groups who are doing various things with open sim. At one stage, we had a group who were learning languages. We've got a school from El Salvador. We have a tourism and hospitality group that do in-world kind of customer service training and things like that. A university that do history of medicine. Lots of interesting things happen on Jocadia Grid. And then massively, which is probably it takes up the biggest chunk of my time these days, and that all kind of feeds into a whole bunch of consultancy work around virtual worlds. So I help various schools to set up servers and figure out how they're going to use Minecraft, and support groups in developing builds in OpenSim and that sort of thing. So it's part of a bigger picture of kind of games and virtual worlds.
And how do you advise them to use Minecraft?
I come from a perspective of seeing these sorts of spaces as fantastic for kids in terms of collaboration and creation. So I'm interested in games and virtual worlds that have a sandbox element and allow kids to get into building their own virtual world experiences rather than consuming games and virtual world experiences. So very much constructivist, I guess, in terms of philosophy. But I'm also really interested in the idea of really engaging and involving kids in running their spaces. So a lot of the projects that we work with in Minecraft with schools include a component of working with kids to learn how to run servers and be in-world facilitators and write good charters and be able to maintain and manage their school Minecraft server. So that's kind of a big chunk of what we do. We tend to advocate for spigot or bucket, so we're a little bit I don't do a lot of work with Minecraft Education Edition at this stage, but I do see the value of that in schools because it's easy to implement. But I think what's really interesting about real Minecraft is that it allows kids to extend beyond playing in game and building in game to actually doing things like making their own plugins and scripting and coding and those sorts of things.
Well, Mircea might have a few things to say about this because that's his thing. He teaches coding to kids, partially using Minecraft. I don't know if Mircea is on voice. He's in Romania. He's one of our really interesting moderators. But anyway, if not, that's his sidelight, is teaching coding to kids and coding himself in Minecraft, which always amazes us.
Yeah, I think you can, when you open it up and show kids that they can actually manipulate and design the game, that's a really exciting step in learning for a lot of kids.
How did you get into this?
How did I get into games and virtual worlds? I've been a little nerd since I was a kid, so it was a pretty natural progression for me. My background is in web design and then into e-learning. And in the early days of e-learning, I was doing a lot of Web 2.0 and blogging and those sorts of things. And discovered Second Life about 10 years ago, and all sorts of light bulbs went on for me. And I started to learn how to build in Second Life and started to create content for various, mainly vocational ed projects in Second Life in the early days. And it was a career-changing moment. I kind of went from teaching teachers how to use Facebook and blogs and Twitter and things like that to focusing on games and virtual worlds. But I've been playing games and virtual worlds since I was very little.
So what do you think about the future of Second Life versus the future of Minecraft?
I think virtual worlds like Second Life will always have their place. There's lots of good things that happen in Second Life, and for educators, it's such a good meeting place and a kind of connector for anyone who's interested in games and virtual worlds in education. I think they'll always have their place, but I think the numbers with Minecraft really speak, to kind of uptake and an embrace from kids, from the kids that we want to engage, and I think in a lot of ways it's a lot more. It's easier to use, number one, and it's also a lot more powerful in terms of the kind of outcomes that we see with kids. And definitely for me, I've worked in lots of virtual worlds with kids, and the learning outcomes that I see our kids then massively achieve as independent learners. We don't have a curriculum here, and there's no assignments, and they're not required to do anything, but they choose to play and learn together all the time. And the kinds of literacy outcomes and social outcomes and well-being as well, I think for a lot of kids, playing in Minecraft is a real opportunity to build confidence and social skills, to come to terms with things like experiencing bullying in real life and finding a community that loves and embraces them. So there are lots of reasons why I think Minecraft is very powerful, and over the 6 years I've been using it, the number of kids that are interested in has only grown. We haven't seen any sort of a wane in popularity yet.
Yeah, that's kind of why we in EVO Minecraft MOOC, that's what we're discovering. And speaking of kids, where did they go? We're standing here talking to one another.
We're going to Kit's pixel art spot. So the warp is /warp kits, KITS.
Okay. KITS. Okay, here we go. There we are. We've all met up there. I see Rose Bard and Jane Chien. We're in a creative world. Okay. So for those of you listening who may not know exactly what we're talking about, the last world was a survival world, where if Jo didn't have if she hadn't been manipulating day and night, we would have been in danger, because that would the monsters would have come out at night, but monsters didn't come out because she was keeping it daylight. But here we are in creative world. We have a nice Tiaga over here. That's a icy kind of place. And well, what are we looking at here, Jo?
So this is Kit's pixel art collection. So if you have a bit of a fly around, this is all artwork that Kit has created. She's amazing at pixel art, super talented. And if you're a fan of games or animation or cartoons, you probably see some familiar characters as you fly around here. And Kit, do you want to? I'm not sure if Kit can hear us in Discord or not. She might be busy in World. But
she said that her mic's not working.
Yeah, okay. So Kit has been with us for a couple of years, I think, and she's based in Canada. She's one of our oldest players now, and she's a junior moderator, so she helps us to look after everybody else on the server. And she's also an amazing pixel artist.
Yeah, these are all talents that will be very much in demand from for employers as we speak.
Absolutely. I think just the ability to collaborate in a digital space is a key learning outcome in terms of work skills for the future, isn't it?
Yeah, people are always asking us what they can do with Minecraft, and it's kind of hard to say. It's whatever comes to mind, I suppose, or just have a look around. Yeah, so people are always interested in how they can relate it to the curriculum. I don't know where I heard that, it might have been on one of those podcasts we talked about earlier, when people ask, is Minecraft in the curriculum? You say, well, the curriculum is in it, which is, do you remember that?
Yeah, so very true, isn't it? And I think, it's really, the limit is yours and your students' imaginations in terms of ways that you can use Minecraft within a whole range of curriculum. So for us, our awards system, we focused on trying to identify ways that we could connect it to ISTE's digital literacies outcomes. So all those digital skills that are part of their list of I think they've changed the name to them now, but back then they were called ISTE Nets, NETS. So what we're initially looking for was kids to be able to collaborate together in World and communicate effectively in World, to be able to write in forums, use social media, use things like Skype, all those kinds of skills, and also to be safe online, to understand how to manage their identity and communicate with others safely and effectively, all those sorts of things. But what we're finding is that there's a huge amount of literacy learning that just goes on, and I see kids who start when they're very, very little and can kind of barely type to us, whose writing and language skills flourish in Minecraft because they're motivated to communicate with other kids. I see some really interesting outcomes in terms of their visual art skills and their design skills, of course, and kids pixel art here is a good example of that. But we also see kids doing things that meet learning outcomes in things like history and geography and maths, lots of maths, of course. And it's in this instance, it's all happening very naturally, and it's guided by what the kids are interested in doing. So we're not setting a curriculum here. We're kind of providing them with challenges that they can do if they choose. And obviously, guiding and encouraging and praising. But the kids are choosing to do what they want to do here. And it's, fascinating to see what they choose to learn together.
Okay. You guide us, Joe. Tell us where we need to go. I have another.
So I think the next
20 minutes here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the next spot we're going to go to is going to be the building competition spot. Creeperman, I set a new warp to near the archive because I figured it'd be good to look at the archive builds rather than the empty plots. So we're going to go to /warp MMBCA.
I'm there. Other people are arriving.
So, Creeperman, do you want to say something about MMBC and how you set it up and what it's for and what happens here?
Yeah, sure. Basically, what gave me the idea was I thought of other servers having these creative plots, and I thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we could have competitions together with rewards? And I basically set out, found a nice flat area, and with the help of a lot of people, we built this place.
Yeah, so what happens at MMBC or Massively Minecraft Building Comp is we set up plots and kids can claim a plot, and when we have a building comp, we have a theme. And the kids have, usually it's about 2 weeks, isn't it, Creeper Man? About 2 weeks to build.
Yeah.
And then a couple of us, and the judging changes, but a couple of us decide who the winners are, and there's usually a series of winners. So there's usually 4 or 5 that win for various reasons, like great design or a good idea, or depends on what the theme is, but lots of different awards. And then when the build comp is finished, we move the creations down here. So this is the archive section of MMBC. So all of these builds here are creations that have been made in the last couple of build comps. And so what are the 2 themes here, Creeper Man?
What's that?
What are the 2 themes in the archive? It's Halloween and
medieval.
Well, that's right. And so this is a good example of how sometimes our kids take over and coordinate and run projects for each other. So Grifferman's done a whole bunch of learning about project management, haven't you?
Yep.
Grieferman. Okay, I'm having a look around this castle here.
Yeah, there's some pretty spectacular builds here.
Yeah, I'm having a look around. I'm recording this, and then I think Rose Bard is also recording. So we'll probably have different perspectives on this. They're telling me where she is right now. Bubba and Amara's private tower. That's where I am right now.
So Bubba and Amara are our mother and daughter building team, and Bubba is our youngest miner. So she's 4. And Amara is actually a colleague of mine. She works in vocational ed in Australia. So Bubba and Amara play together, and Bubba loves the build comps. Every time I see her, because I see her or I talk to her mum on Skype and things like that in real life quite a lot. Every time I hear from Bubba, she's like, when are we going to have another build comp? She loves build comps.
Yeah, that's a nice combination. A mother, daughter, or for me, it's my grandkids, and it's just really it helps adults come to grips with this kind of thing. And
absolutely, kids are the best teachers of Minecraft for sure.
Yeah.
And for little Bubba, there's a whole bunch of literacy going on because she's dying to be able to communicate with the other kids in Minecraft. So her reading and typing skills are coming on at a rate of knots, and she's just starting to talk to us in text chat in the mines now.
How old is she? 4?
She's 4.
Oh, yep. And she's doing text chat?
Just starting to, yep.
Wow. Cool. There's so much incentive for kids to learn language. My background is ESL, English as a Second Language, and that's, that's for language development, for a 4-year-old in her own language, that's, a story that we're trying to tell. We're kind of writing about that kind of thing, how getting data from parents whose kids are learning English very fluently through their interactions in Minecraft.
Yeah, and we've definitely seen that with quite a few kids very early on. When we first started, we had mostly kids from Australia, but we had this little guy who joined us out of the blue. Heard from his parents heard about massively from network somehow, but he was from Norway.
Mm-hmm.
And he joined and couldn't really speak English, but came on and talked to us in Norwegian. And we used Google Translate to try and figure out what he was saying. And after a little while, he was starting to use English words, and we were learning a little bit of Norwegian. And it was a really nice little kind of languages exchange that went on there. I think that kid was 6 at the time, so again, very little, and learning to type in English in Minecraft.
Inviting other comments from anybody else who happens to be in Discord and wants to talk to us. We welcome your questions and your comments. How many people do we have in Discord? I haven't looked there for some time. Let's check it. It's a little hard for me to do that actually, because it covers up my Minecraft window. Here are all the people we have in Discord. Oh, we have quite a lot. Bard Rose is there. Jane is there. Mercea. These are names I recognize. So anyway, if you have any comments, please ask questions or let us know what you're thinking. So when did Massively Minecraft, you say, started 6 years ago? Was that the go ahead.
Yeah, we turned 6 in March.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to check on Kit to see if she's in the call. I think you're in the call, Kit. Can you hear us? Try holding it down your push to talk button.
So I guess in EVO Minecraft MOOC we're doing something quite similar. You're over there. I was just at your build tonight. I did a little recording. I'm trying to work with open broadcast software. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just recording. I'm not streaming, but I'm just making a recording. And it seems to be working all right for that. I'm supposed to give some talks at some conferences coming up in March on open broadcast software. So I'm trying to not only relearn it, but figure out how to explain it to other people.
Very cool. I have to have a look at open broadcast again. I have been using a tool that came with my most recent laptop that's not too bad and talks to Twitch well, but some of our kids do quite a bit of machinima, and in fact Kit, who's trying to sort out her microphone, would be a good person to ask about that. She has been making some great machinima.
Yeah, that's a wonderful aspect, where you try to, I guess, make story plots and act them out in Minecraft. I guess that's what you mean. Do you have any examples?
Yeah. I think we can probably get Kit to share her YouTube channel. And we have a group, we have a Massively YouTube channel, but we don't actually publish there. But what we have done is use that account to create a playlist. So I go and find a playlist link, and maybe Kit can share a link to her YouTube channel too.
You put that in the show notes. I'm lost inside some kind of castle. Oh, here we go. I found the way out. Ooh, there we are. I'm back on the ground. This is a very elaborate castle that I'm wandering around in now. Still haven't found the way out.
Okay, so Ben, who is one of our most talented builders, has shared a warp in world that we might go and visit.
Okay. Zenith says she's or he is working on making videos. Warp Norwich. Okay, I've just warped there.
Sorry, that was Chloe. That was Ben's little sister. Change their name so often I sometimes can't keep track. Anyway, we'll go to Norwich. Chloe's another of our great builders.
Here's Chloe. I've got her on my screen right now. She's appears to be some sort of insect. Or she has wings anyway.
Hello?
Hello.
Kit, we can hear you.
We can
Hooray!
hear
Thanks. It worked.
Well done, hon. You worked it out. Excellent work.
I'm always surprised when things work as well.
So, Kit, do you want to say something about, we were just talking about machinima. Do you want to say something about Ghoul Sisters?
Ghoul Sisters Gaming?
Yep.
I do Ghoul Sisters Gaming with my sister. She's my internet sister. Her name is Griff Girl. And we decided one day, hey, we should start a YouTube channel.
There you go.
So we did.
Mm-hmm.
And so you make videos on massively of the builds and stuff here, don't you?
Yeah, I've done town tours of Ben's stuff. Can I link it in chat?
Absolutely.
Okay, hang on.
We're in Creative World now.
We got Fiona in the chat too. Hello, Fiona. Can you talk to us? Might have to unmute your mic.
Hola.
Hello.
Hey.
So Fiona is just about to become a junior moderator. She's going to do her training in the next few days, aren't you, Fiona?
There's Fiona. Princess Fiona.
Princess Fiona, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Fiona has done her 50 awards and she's ready to level up and get junior mod powers. Very exciting.
Wow. So this is a reward system. Not only grants people parcels of land as long as they develop them responsibly, but
yeah, well, no, everybody can have land, so everybody gets, can build where they like when they join as spores, but the award system allows them to level up in ranks, and as they level up in ranks they get the ability to use some extra commands, so some extra plugins, extra features. And when they get to 50 awards, they get to our highest rank, which is Junior Moderator. And Junior Moderators get World Edit, which is very exciting. So World Edit is a tool that allows you to do kind of mass editing and, kind of build huge epic structures and things like that, much coveted. But they also take on the responsibility of helping to run our community. So they're kind of the student mentors of our community, and they help to keep things under control and make sure everyone's okay when I'm sleeping, which is very important because I need sleep. But they're also really key to making sure that our server's a happy place. So they're the role models for all the other miners. We often say that being a good role model is the most important thing that our junior moderators do.
Yeah. That's nice. It kind of keeps people directing their own learning and getting rewarded for responsibility.
Yeah, that's right. So it's very much about self-directed learning, and it's about learning to be part of a community and act within the community's charter of expectations, which is an agreed set of rules that we have, that we play with together. and you know, it's also about you know, taking on that role of leadership as they level up.
Do the kids prefer creative or survival?
Both.
Let's ask them in world and see what they
Yes.
say.
And you said both? Why?
Creative.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Creative.
Why? Why do you like creative? Because we teachers like survival because it makes us use strategies, and we think the strategies are important. What do you think? Just like to create? Hear a lot of key pressing. We're in creative now. You can see we have all these tools. We can put stuff down anywhere. Find the tools we want.
Okay, so Fiona said, I like creative because it's really fun and we can do a lot of stuff more than in survival, but she does like survival too. And I think in terms of the traffic that we see on the server and where they play, it's about 50-50. So kids spend about 50% of their time in survival and 50% of their time in creative, and all of them play both creative and survival. I think when we're talking about getting kids to work together and build together and collaborate, survival is often more powerful. I see kids do some pretty amazing collaboration when we build things like a loon where they have to work together. But when you want to build huge and amazing epic structures, creative is definitely fantastic. And we have some kids who just really love to build, and for them creative is where they want to be.
Yeah. And for some reason, the teachers, we do like creative because it does enable people to build a lot. But I guess we sort of like to focus on strategies, whereas I mean, that's the gamers in us, I suppose, where we have to think, you know, as we carry our things out into the world, we have to think, well, what happens if we get zapped? Then where is it going to go? We need to store it somewhere, and develop strategies for figuring out how we're going to, you know, keep ahead of the game. But kids, you think, sort of like to create, just like to.
Yeah, I think when we're first learning Minecraft survival is kind of fun because it's, you know, learning that game dynamic. And I agree with you. I actually find survival really satisfying. And I think it's lots of fun. But I think that, yeah, I mean, there are some kids on our server who love survival. Like, Creeper Man, you're a survival player, aren't you? So why do you prefer survival rather than creative?
Because it gives me something to do. Constantly gives me a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So we've got Kit's mum is with her in Discord right now, and she's going to say something about what she's seen of Kit playing on Massively. So we're very lucky to have Massively mum with us.
Oh, cool.
No, she's actually never used Discord, so I'll be holding the button. She'll have the mic, though.
I've got a creeper
Excellent.
here.
Okay, here she is.
Where do I talk?
Right there.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I got it. Yay me.
Hi, Kit's mum. It's good to hear your voice.
Yeah, you too. Excuse my cold. I sound kind of funny, I'm sure.
We all do. We all do. No, you sound great. So it's fantastic to have you here as a Massively parent. And Kit's been playing with us in Massively for a couple of years now, hasn't she? So it'd be great to get a little bit of a perspective from you on what you think she gains from it, why it's a positive thing for her.
Yeah, for Katrina, because of the dyslexia that she has, sometimes children can be unfair and cruel, as you are aware. And this, she's found some really neat people, obviously yourself, Joe, where even when she tries, it's great. And if she doesn't quite succeed, that's also fine. The creative part of it has been wonderful. I really like that part. I can't walk around without falling down, but that's me.
You fall in the hole.
I fall all the time. Yeah, no, I've really quite enjoyed it, and our desks are sort of side by side, so I do see what's going on whenever she's on there. I have this really small office. Did you have any? And Katrina is, whoops, wasn't supposed to say her name.
That's okay.
She's homeschooled. So I'm, let me see, mother, teacher, all of those things all sort of combined.
You don't mind second place because Spencer and I are doing the dance act together.
And so Kit has been a wonderful member of our community. She's a real leader, and it's been lovely to see her evolve. And I agree with you. One of the lovely things about Massively and something that the kids really drive is that everybody's accepted. When you try, you know, that's fantastic. And if you don't quite spell it right, or you need to learn how to do something in World, there's people who'll support you and encourage you. And
right,
that's a really lovely part of our community and testament to the kids who play here.
Yeah, it is. And you know, when you see some of the sort of leaders on the group, they manage to maintain some of the enthusiasm that can get carried away with some of the younger members, while still enjoying playing with them, leading them, being supportive of them. To me, that's one of the most important things that happens there.
Yeah, I agree. And Kit is a good example of that. She's one of our older players who really supports the younger ones a lot. So I'm very proud of Kit. She's a fantastic member of our community. And has shown real growth in her role as junior moderator, I think.
Oh, I totally agree. I absolutely agree. I've got to know some of the kids on there just because I see their names so frequently, and I can hear them usually. There's nothing quiet sometimes that happens, but it's kind of fun, and it's all in the learning phase. You know, if I do this, then this is going to happen. You know, she's past that stage, obviously. But it's nice to watch some of the younger ones learning those things.
Yeah, there's kind of an ongoing learning kind of pattern that happens where the little ones are learning from the older ones and then becoming their teachers.
Right. I think that's great. You know, and I don't know if that's my mummy instinct or my teacher instinct, one of the two.
Bit of both, I reckon.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Did anybody else have any questions?
Well, we're listening. It would be nice if other people had questions. I don't know who else is here.
No, I don't. Hi.
Hi. Any questions? Comments? Agree, disagree?
I don't think so.
Yeah? Who is this?
No. Fiona.
Fiona?
That was Fiona.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well, if nobody needs me for anything else, I'm going to pass the mic back to Katrina. I keep forgetting I'm not supposed to call her by name. Sorry.
She's playing Candy Crush right now and losing.
Yeah, that's me.
We
Okay.
know her as Kit. Thank you so much for coming on and being our Massively parent today. That's awesome. We appreciate it so much.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Where's everybody? I seem to have lost people. I was flying around and I've got, actually I should probably be going. I've got kind of early work tomorrow.
Yep, I think we've hit close to our hour, so people are welcome to stay and explore a little bit more, and I'm sure the kids will be happy to show you stuff.
I am.
Yep, Fiona's definitely keen to show people stuff, aren't you, Fee?
I got lost. Where are people? Can I warp anywhere? Nobody's around where I am. I'm back in the village. Let's see, I'm at something that looks like a graveyard, but it says, what does it say here? It says, gifts for EVO SEMA.
Oh, have you seen Massively Kids Against Griefing?
No,
Yeah.
where's that?
Oh,
Can I
thought
warp
you
there?
did.
What's the warp for that, Kit?
That's the
Thanks,
warp.
So /warp
Okay.
MKAG.
Okay. This will be my last stop.
There we go.
MKAG. Okay. Here I am.
So you want to tell us about what this is for, Kit?
Massively Kids Against Griefing is like a detective thing where we fly around the world and we clean up TNT, lava, etc., etc., dragon eggs, banned items.
Dragon eggs.
And all these people up here on the board are
Me.
are the people in it.
I'm in the corner.
Mm-hmm. In the corner. Luna? Luna's in the corner.
Here's where we keep the logs of everything.
So they keep records of what they find.
Uh-huh. Oops. I don't have access to Tokyo Ghoul's chest.
Oh, that's a locked chest.
Hmm. That's very clever.
It protects our stuff.
I can't even get out the door.
Mostly banned items are in there for Joe to clean out once we find them, if she's not on.
Aha. Oops. Oh no, I destroyed a chest.
It's okay.
That's okay, we'll fix it. So banned items are generally items that have been brought in with a hacked Minecraft client. And so sometimes we have items that are not really appropriate because they're, very overpowered or a bit destructive. And so when those items are found, the kids collect them so that we can decide what to do with them.
That's cool. I like the community decision that goes on in this world.
Yeah, and this is set up by the kids. This wasn't something I told them to do or suggested. This is all Griff and Kit. And who else was involved in this idea? Kit?
It was me and Coco Tiger's idea.
Ah, Coco, cool.
This room is
Back in the room. Okay, well, I'm going to be stopping my recording soon because it's quite, I have to be up early and it's quite late where I am. But Bard Rose is here. Here she is right here. Hi, Rose, how are you? I don't know if Rose, yep, she's jumping up and down. Yay, okay. So she may be recording. I don't know, are you recording, Rose? Somebody said yes. Oh, that's Bard Rose. She said yes. Okay, great. Okay, so you guys may continue. I'll probably, if we get both of these on YouTube, both of the recordings, then we'll combine because Rose has had a much different perspective. But this is Vance Stevens here in Al Ain, United Arab Emirates, and on the 11th of February 2017. And I'm also involved in something besides EVO Minecraft MOOC called Learning Together. And this is episode, if I remember correctly, 362. So it's 362 episodes. So I'm going to have to go. But perhaps if Rose stays, she'll record further, and we'll all catch up in the morning with what's going on. Love the fireworks.
Very cool fireworks. So thanks so much for coming, Vance, and take care, and we'll see you on EVO.
My pleasure. Okay, nice to meet you all and learn more about what you do, and it's really nice talking to Joe K. Here from Massively Minecraft and all these kids who are throwing fireworks everywhere. It's just going out with a bang here. So good night, everybody, from me.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, and thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Phil. Bye-bye.